When I kill them, liberate the OPM they took and feed them their land or keep them happy. That's a good idea. The other thing I can actually do is release the OPM that they gobbled up. Malafali. Although I suspect that having a couple of large vassals is better than having lots of little ones, as we saw in the Milan game. Is this the other new song? Yes. March on Granada. I think these are all going to be... Well, these two are going to be Spanish themed, and then conflict in the Caribbean. Hopefully is a pirate shanty of some kind. We'll see. I held out hope. Right, you need to stop drilling. Let's go down to Barra so we can just crush their army in one fell swoop. Am I a pirate yet? No, but I'm working on it. Wow, we actually take attrition standing here. It's a bit annoying. Let's go for that tomorrow. Declare war. Oh, we have loads of CBs. I could even do it for my minion. I'm going to say Mafali for you. Oh. Oh! 3-year truce. Oh, bugger. Alright. Well, this war's not going to happen anytime soon. Well, let's continue improving relations. I totally forgot that they get a truce because they broke the alliance. Now, are you actually spreading tech to me? You're spreading it to my vassals, and once the vassals have it, it will spread to me. Back to drilling. That's very annoying. Right, so how are the estates looking? You guys are looking pretty happy. I can demand some money for you from loyalty. When can I grant you monopoly charters again? 73, not for a long time. I would really like to improve my dev cost reduction because development is kind of expensive. Oh, actually, most of this is savannah. Dev cost increased by 15%. Okay, it's not as bad as like hills and stuff. The Wrath of Enkai. Enkai is a benevolent and just god most of the time. We call him Enkai Nibor. God is black as he makes the dark clouds heavy with rain. However, when we look up at the sky today, it's not what we see. Instead, the sky is red and dry. During times like these, we give him another name. Enkai Naoki. God is red. The drought has struck our people hard. It's getting increasingly hard to find water in some areas, and there's barely anything left to eat for our herds. The situation's gotten especially troublesome in the area surrounding the Ankara and Antakara province. A local Olaboni, a spiritual leader, has suggested that every cattle owner should sacrifice 8 bulls to appease Great Enkai. While we believe him to be right, forcing such a decree would certainly upset the people. So 4 sacrifice in my capital area gets +3 unrest. Or we continue having the god is red. Risking his continued wrath. We're going to sacrifice those bulls. We are going to end up needing a straw poll for the flagship's name. That's not a bad idea. Like, come up with a Flying Dutchman. I think we've already decided right there. That's a really good option, actually, Helson. Or Doomed World. Who was it that came up with the first? I think the Flying Dutchman makes a really, really good lot of sense. So, when it comes to naming the flagship, remind me of that. All players, Enkai Nibor, the benevolent lord. Yet again, the skies are dark with heavy clouds. It has not rained for many days, but even so, everything is different. That which was dry and red is now wet and green. No longer will our children thirst or our cattle starve. We are truly blessed. So that penalty did not last very long, and we actually got a production efficiency bonus as a result. Doomed World came up with the first. Cool. Oh, we are going to have rebels very, very soon. So let's head over there and prepare to receive borders. Wow, you're actually a hell of a lot more pissed off with me than they are. I guess that's just the relations penalty. Okay. Am I going to stay pagan? I haven't decided. I don't know if there's any events that allow us to switch. The Flying Wardman. I like the Flying Dutchman. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, all things considered. Actually, let's move you back to Marina, and then you can just react in any direction, probably, unless it's in Manabe. And I am now sailor neutral. Good. I think I really do want to spend some developments on just increasing my provinces a bit. Problem is, the thing that I have the most of is Diplo. Oh, this is just so expensive. Oh, we have tropical penalties too. Ugh. Thank you very much, Bacon Killer. Separatists, yes, I know. That's why my army is over there. Except we're taking attrition. Oh, it's only a tiny amount. It's fine. Convert to Shinto. Christian cult is plus 25% domestic trade. Okay. Although I don't necessarily know how strong domestic trade is going to be for us. We are the antithesis of trade. Trade is not what we do. Dread Pirate Viking, Captain of the Black Mordred. How are you? I think the Dutch would be upset their flagship's called the Flying Dutchman. Nah. I think they would be honoured, frankly. With the amount of naval dominance that we're going to be displaying, the Dutch are going to want to be us. Buddhism cult is 10% dev cost. Maybe we will stay fetishist, just because it's kind of an interesting thing to do. Although, doesn't it come with missionary strength penalties? No. Hey, Tuna! Constantinople is being attacked, I'm sure it is. Is this the other new track? No. Did we just hear this one? I feel like we just heard this one. Never mind, we'll hear it again. Am I planning on invading India? I would like to, and yes, I know I was taking attrition, that was kind of on purpose. So, we are going to need to send the army here first. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to capture that, and there's not much I can do about it. Go that way. Oh no, we're still going to be crossing that river. Lack of forts is going to be my undoing here. Bugger. Thankfully, we have an excellent general, and they really, really don't. And my excellent general just died in battle. Fantastic! -2 stability. Just what I needed. Introduce the vision quest. Stab cost goes up, but I also get more prestige. Go for it. And I can choose a new cult. So, the Islamic cult increases institution spread. Which, quite frankly, I think is going to be super duper useful. Although the unrest could also be really useful. Manpower recovery is what we had before. I don't think we necessarily need that. I don't think we need the monthly war exhaustion either. I'm going to go the institution spread, because we need to get feudalism as quickly as possible. Having lost the general is going to make me lose this battle now. Damn it! Oh no, it's not. A massive turnaround at the end there. Norse cult is +2 tolerance of heathens, just in case. Oh, if only. Well, I am playing with a possible new world. It's not a random new world, but I don't turn off the possibility of there being fantastical factions. It's rare, but not impossible. Wave of obscurantism. More unrest to lose prestige. Quite frankly, right now I cannot afford the unrest. And we're cruel. Seriously? I'm going to be dealing with unrest problems like all the frickin' time. Oh, we definitely can't afford it then. Thankfully there's no river crossing here. And I can hire a new general, and I think I kind of need to. So, this can be the first name. And we're going to start with patrons. EU4. Mad. And this is going to be that famous General Charles. Please be good. Not good enough. Better. Although that's 5 pips. Maximum we can get is 7. So you know what, 5's fine. You're only a shock 2 rather than shock 4 of your predecessor, but it will do. At least we have a commander. Gotland was interesting. I actually did my first test game with Gotland, and they have a lot of stuff that they can raid. They're kind of difficult to make independent. Well, not really. You start as Denmark, you release them as a vassal, then you have to wait like 10 years before you can release them as... no, more than 10 years. You have to wait a long time to make them actually independent, because you tend to be pretty low on prestige. Sakalava gains failed reigns. We seem to be getting a lot of those events. Actually, I should have split you in half before moving you over, because then I could have just recaptured both of these provinces in one fell swoop. Let's do that instead. It's actually cheaper to dev up my vassal's land than it is to dev up my own. Wow. I think I will dev these guys up a little bit, because I would like to keep them on side. 49%, there we go. So their independence can now no longer be supported. And Saklava is now below 100%. Yes. There is hope yet. Not a lot, but some. See you, Bacon, and thanks again for all the bits. Seriously, you are far too generous. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Ooh, another mission. I'm not even trying, and they're just appearing. Income of at least 3.8. Currently 4.1. Gain construction costs and construction time reduction. That's going to do nothing for me. Probably. Back to drilling. 21,000 total bits. That's an incredible amount, Bacon. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You make all of everything I do possible, so thanks. Right, so we're going to turn this back on to context sensitive again. I'll turn it down again. Because it was a bit loud. So how much Diplo can I save? 1,600. Quite a lot of Diplo. And your war with Ajuran ended. Ajuran won. They took Pate. Interesting. So Ajuran is doing their thing to keep Kilwa down. As are all the rebels that they're suffering. Am I able to reach any other trade places? Zambezi I can. And this is one of the very few instances where I'd say, you know, it's probably worth actually collecting there. Because I do not have enough merchants to get the transfer trade power boost. Well, let's take a look at this. We're currently earning 1.38 from trade, so at the end of the month we will be able to see what else we can earn. Do you want to have a royal marriage? That's a good point. No. Okay, so relations with the Imerina are actually really, really good now. We can still improve relations by another 100 points with Saklava, so they will be positive. So maybe we can do this. Maybe we can. Am I allowed to become part of an inland province? No. I'm going to hand it over to Imerina. And in fact, with Imerina being as loyal as they are, that could probably happen sooner than I'd intended. Although, I honestly don't need to do that until I reform. So I'm going to keep the land just because we need it to balance their power. And honestly, that's a thing I could just take some more of the coast. So that I have more power in relation to my vassals. And then just split out a vassal or give the land away to the vassals later. Yeah, I'm afraid you did miss the war there. Cat shark. Sorry. Inland pirates are called bandits. So to be a pirate republic, you can't have inland provinces. No. To be a pirate republic, you need to be either a monarchy or a republic, which is what's stopping me right now, because I am a chiefdom. You need to have up to 7 provinces, and all of those provinces must be coastal or an island. And I don't think that, even though Madagascar is an island, I don't think that counts. It needs to be like this. As both influential landowners and traditional warrior class in the state, the nobility have not fared well lately. They lose 10 influence, that's a shame. Professionalism is really going up quite nicely. We're going to have a surprisingly professional army. Royal marriage with the Imerina has just ended. Well, let's get another one. Oh, I have no diplomats. Hopefully they'll send me an offer. Because I would really like to keep my diplomats improving relations with them. And we are now actually earning some money from Imerina. And in fact, we're a tribal monarchy, which means we get 20% more income from vassals. So this hasn't been completely pointless. So that's a good thing. I can go for tomorrow right now. No. Oh, hang on. That's a Marina truce. Yes, we can. That's a good point. Thank you, Igel. Let's head over to Barra. Use that as a staging ground. If you become a monarchy, can you rename the title from King to Pirate King? There may be another way of doing that, Gerardine. Quite possibly. The glory of our capital has long been neglected. We now have an opportunity to improve the city and make a beacon of cultural pride. This may prove costly, but there is an alternative solution. So I can spend manpower to increase my capital. Yes, do it. Alright, and tomorrow. Need a diplomat. And there just happens to be a diplomat free right now. What ho! 11,000 against 3. I think we'll be fine. Can you get a PU over your vassals? I don't know. I honestly am terrible at this game when it comes to PUs and dynastic stuff, because it's not the way I play. Right, so you stay here, you go there, you go there. No, you stay here, you go there. So I think I am going to give this province to Sakalava. I'll keep this one for these two for myself. Yeah, I think that's the way I want to do it. I don't think I'm going to bother vassalizing these guys, although I do have the relation slots. I could do that. Maritime first, whoops. I lost 3 ships there. Bugger. Those things are expensive. They have more ships than I do. No! Can I afford the combined strength of the 3 vassals? That's what I'm hesitating with. I mean, I'm almost certainly going to have to take these 2 provinces, because I need to boost the amount of development I personally have. And that's a 6 dev, that's a 5 dev. This is wealthy land. Actually, this one's even wealthier. And they're all slave provinces. There is so much slavery here. And a little bit of fish and a little bit of grain. But mostly slavery. Yeah, I think I'm going to give Mafali to Antamoro, and I'm going to take these 2. Now, I wonder if vassals count towards the size limit. It may be that we need to release these guys before we become the pirate nation. I suspect the vassals do count, because that would be a very easy workaround otherwise. Blue Duck, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Maybe I'll keep it for myself. It is a really valuable province. And I might be able to convert it. We'll see how the conversion mechanics work now. Frog a pirate! We have a pirate! Yes! Thank you very much for your resubscription. That's 4 months now. Thank you so much for that support. Appreciate it. Am I going to ally the guy to the east? So, Kilwa really dislikes us, so I can't. I've been trying to improve relations with them, and that just gets worse and worse. Ajuran, I might try to ally with. The problem with Ajuran is it might call me into wars against Northerners. I don't know that it's really in my interest to ally with anyone, because I don't want to be drawn into land wars. Allies? Pirates don't need freaking allies. Speaking of allies, I've still got my defensiveness edict. Let's turn that off. That'll save me some cash. So maybe I will need to rebuild some naval power. Although right now I'm actually gaining sailors, so yay. Yep, it's fa-la-la-la-la. Fa-la-la. So I was going to take all of your land. Nobody gets upset by this. And I'll just give this to vassals later. This is purely to keep the vassals in place until I reform. And to scare Kilwa. And I can now become feudal. Please, 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 please do so. And yes, tech up in both of those. I should not have done the admin because I have coring to do. It's fine. Didn't cost me. Take the isolationist route. Well, you can really go uber isolationist as pirates. There is a way of doing that. Right, I need a rival. It's gonna have to be Kilwa. But that's going to be a conflict that does not spark off for a while, hopefully. I'm really hoping that I have enough stuff to just scare them away. And my power relative to my vassals has gone up quite significantly. Relations with you are almost maxed out, but Saklava, I think I can now get a royal marriage with you. No. Different religion. No, they're still disloyal. I can, however, get one with you. So, I'm going to need to boost development here. Making you one of the most wealthy provinces in Madagascar in one fell swoop. Alright, so now we have a more significant concern. How big is Kilwa's fleet? Now, they have been fighting Ajuran a lot, and Ajuran has generally been annihilating their navy. But I think it's going to be in my best interests to start building some heavies. Will I be colonizing the numerous islands around the Indian Ocean? Yeah, someone asked me about that earlier. I'm not 100% sure. I've not really thought much about how to do expansion yet. So one thing to bear in mind with the idea changes is that expansion and exploration have kind of switched uses. So exploration is purely about discovery. You get more colonists with expansion, you get more colony growth with expansion now. Exploration is basically purely for the quest for the New World, and then also, admittedly, the Global Empire Naval Force Limit. Well, I'm not going to be... See, it's difficult, because expansion gives me a CB on everything in trade post territory. I could actually trade... I'm in a different continent to India. I could actually make all of that into trade companies. I hadn't even considered that. But in order to get these islands, most of them, I'm going to need to have exploration. Or I'm going to need to wait for somebody else to discover them. Well, it's 6 o'clock, and 6 o'clock equals beer o'clock. Huzzah! Embargo the pesky trade stealers. That's a good point. There you go. 52%. Oh, it's gone up again.